Hello, and welcome to another vlog. This week's theme is stem cell therapy, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the treatments being developed for Duchenne muscular dystrophy and other degenerative disorders using stem cells, and I'd also like to talk a little bit about what stem cell therapy is and how it works. Now, stem cell therapy is an experimental medical procedure which uses stem cells to repair damage to tissues and organs. And stem cells are essentially the blank canvas of the cell world, as they can differentiate into pretty much any other type of cell. So we're talking muscle cells, skin cells, bone cells, heart cells, you name a type of cell or a type of tissue, and odds are stem cells can transform into that. And it's for that reason that stem cell therapy has so much potential as a treatment for degenerative disorders such as Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is the condition that I live with. And scientists have actually taken stem cells and injected them into the muscle tissue of mice with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and they've been able to slow down and in some cases reverse the progression of the disorder. So that is a major breakthrough. Now, not a lot of testing has been done on humans as of yet because, like I said, stem cell therapy is mainly an experimental treatment. And obviously, mice and humans are very different. So just because something works on mice doesn't necessarily mean that the therapy is going to translate to humans. But that doesn't change the fact that stem cell therapy still has a lot of potential to treat disorders such as Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And as someone who lives with a degenerative disorder myself, that's something that I'm really excited about because it means that we're closer than ever to curing these kinds of disorders. And I think what you're going to see is that within the next decade or so, there's going to be a lot more treatments available using stem cell therapy and gene therapy, which we talked about in a previous episode, to treat disorders that up until this point have been very difficult to treat. And that's something that we really should be looking forward to and really be paying attention to. Now, unfortunately, there is a little bit of controversy when it comes to stem cell therapy because most of the stem cells are harvested from developing embryos. But I'm not here to debate the merits of that. I'm just here to present the facts so that you can form an educated opinion. So you may be wondering, how does stem cell therapy work? Well, stem cell therapy can actually be divided into three main steps. These are harvesting, differentiation, and injection. So step one is harvesting, and this is the stage where they'll harvest the stem cells from a donor, usually from a developing embryo or from adult tissues. Most tissues do have some stem cells floating around in them, which remain there for quite some time, but for the most part, most stem cells are retrieved from developing embryos. Now, sometimes they will retrieve stem cells from things like bone marrow, but that's mainly just used for bone marrow transplants, which are used to treat people with diseases such as leukemia, whose immune systems may have been damaged from things like chemotherapy. Anyway, once they've retrieved the cells, then they move on to step two, which is differentiation. And this is the stage where they program the stem cells by exposing them to the conditions required to differentiate them into the appropriate cells. So, for example, if you need muscle cells, you would expose the stem cells to muscle tissue and condition them into becoming muscle cells. There's a little bit more to it than that, but that gives you a basic idea of how they differentiate the cells. And then once they've programmed the cells and differentiated them into the appropriate type of cell, then they move on to step three, which is injection. And this is the stage where they'll take the newly programmed stem cells and they'll inject them into the individual being treated, right into the tissues or organs that need to be repaired, and the stem cells will theoretically work their magic and repair the damage to those tissues and organs caused by whatever condition that patient may have. So you can quickly see how stem cell therapy works and how it can be used to treat individuals with degenerative disorders. But the really cool thing about stem cells is they can even be used to grow tissues and organs in a lab setting, which can then be used for transplantation. And the advantage to this is it eliminates the possibility of rejection because you're literally using someone's own genetic material to grow organs that are compatible with their body. Um, So you don't have to worry about all those anti-rejection drugs and all the nasty symptoms that come along with that. And these aren't science fiction, they have actually injected stem cells into humans and they have grown tissues and organs in lab settings. These are things that are going on now, and it's just a matter of time before these kinds of procedures become mainstream in the medical world. They exist and they are used, and someday they will be used everywhere. And it's just a matter of time before that happens. So basically, what I'm getting at is that stem cell therapy and gene therapy and similar therapies that are literally going to revolutionize medicine. Anyway, on Thursday, I'm going to be releasing a video in which I talk more about what stem cell therapy is, what it's used for, and why it's important. So subscribe if you want to see that video. And also be sure to follow Squeaky Wheel Productions on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always, if you enjoyed today's vlog and you want to see more videos like this one, then please support me on Patreon. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you on Thursday.